button with my microphone, but I got to unmute in the end. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am still Blue Mooney, fantasy writer and shy magical library in human skin. Hello everyone, hello Hulk Guy, hello Ashley, hello Elfie, it's so lovely to see you. Ah, dearie me. I had a minor panic this morning as I was setting up. It's oh, howdy, good 2 a.m. I'm sorry. I am perpetually apologetic for the horrific time difference between us. It just doesn't work out well for anyone. You know, if I was to go at the good time for you, I would be falling asleep during stream. And if I go for the good time for me, you get no sleep. You'd be like, yeah. Hi Blue. Hi Sune. So lovely to see you. So lovely to see you. Oh, no problem. I got summer vacation. Oh, that's something at least. For a little while. Hopefully we can take advantage of that. And you can both enjoy streams and sleep. Yes. Oh, sleep is for the weak. Oh, yes. Blue sometimes brings that out as well. But generally, no, sleep is a necessary thing. We must sleep. Oh dear. Blue sleep has improved a small amount lately, which was unexpected. But yeah, managing to somehow injure my knees while I'm sleeping. I'm not quite sure how I'm managing that. Oh, but yes, minor panic this morning as I was setting up for the stream, because when I opened the wonderful VTube studio, it said my model had crashed on loading, and Blue was just and yes, had maybe 5 seconds of what do I do, but then I remembered to close the program and open it again, and everything was fine. So oh dear. Oh, 5 weeks of more uni for you. Oh, sorry Ashley, it'll be over soon, and hopefully after all the assessment, the various forms that it comes in, we can settle down a little bit. You can start to have some rest, maybe some more writing that, well, you're still managing to get writing done, clearly, because you've got another amazing story here for us, as does Elfie. I don't know how you and others manage to get so much done. It's I know you only sort of see Blue in this way. In this way, through model on stream. This is Blue. Honestly, I'm sure I've complained about this plenty before. It just feels like I get absolutely nothing done. Oh dear. Oh, but then 2.5 months of vacation. Oh, glorious days. I hope you enjoy them. Big brain moment. Oh, if it doesn't work, it means it hasn't restarted yet. Pretty much. It just takes Blue a moment to remember these things. Blue is not particularly technologically adept. She has a sibling who is the technologically adept one, who Blue generally clings to and pleads for help in such situations. But with 10 minutes to go before stream, yeah, Blue had to figure that one out on her own. Hi Reaper, lovely to see you. Oh, Elfie, I spent the whole of yesterday writing 5 to 8 hours. Oh, that sounds amazing. It's been so long since Blue's been able to do that. Oh, wait, that title, what kind of demonic would you do that to someone? Well, yes, that's just Blue's thought for a little dialogue she could maybe pull together once we've read the stories, just as a thought for Blue's own inconvenient curse story. I know Blue hasn't managed to finish pulling together the ones she was working on for the previous MacGuffins You Write streams, but add it to the list. Blue's hoping for maybe a few days at one point in the next, year or so, where she can just sit down and finish all of these short stories she started. There's a fair number of them. Oh, also me too, I'm not the best with tech either. Oh yes, it's a problem. Yeah, particularly when Blue streams. Maybe that's another reason it took so long for Blue to start streaming. She was just so determined, or desperate, depending on how you look at it, to make sure she knows what she's doing. So there's the least chance possible for things to go wrong. Because if things go wrong during the stream, Blue's gonna flatline, you know. Oh, that's a long time, Elfie. It is a very long time for writing, but it's wonderful. Oh, I'm sorry if my story is more curse than inconvenient curse. No, I think curse is fine. Inconvenient curses was just the theme of the theme of the brainstorming stream. Blue maintains that for the, you know, Blue's not trying to dictate what you write in the least. It's just meant to be an inspiration stream, the brainstorming. It doesn't have to be, you know, directly following, what's the term? It's more guidelines than anything else. Thank you, Captain Jack Sparrow, for your wisdom in this time. But yes, it's whoa. Blue totally blanked then. Oh dear, not a rule, it's a guideline. Exactly. Where did Blue's mind go then? No. Blue tries to relish the moments where her brain is actually empty to get some rest, but why does it have to empty at such an inconvenient moment? Did someone curse me? Have I been inconveniently cursed? Oh, one moment a lovely sunny day, the next moment Zeus does a little bit of trolling. Oh, back here the weather was bipolar yesterday. Oh, goodness me. Well, enjoy that weather, I guess. Oh, we're having a bit more crazy wind here tomorrow. But right now it is just so cold. So very cold. Yeah, I was staying at the Mother and Father Library's place last night, and I came back here to set up for stream and clearly do the stream afterwards because, yeah. But came inside and it's 7 degrees inside. That's Celsius. Oh goodness. Let me just double check for our Fahrenheit friends. Oh, 7 degrees Celsius. To Fahrenheit, that's 44.6 Fahrenheit, if that makes sense to anyone. Boopy-doo. But yeah, it's pretty cold in here. I'm honestly not sure how cold it is comparatively to many other houses. It feels really cold in here. I was planning to try to lug some firewood in, but given my current situation, it's probably not the best idea. I got two logs in before the Mother Library messaged me and just told me turn on the heat pump. Turn on the heat pump. As I avoid turning on the heat pump because energy prices. Well, Moody, hello Corbzilla, so lovely to see you. So lovely to see you. Blue is just complaining about the cold currently. We'll start reading soon. But yes, I remain unsure, you know. Is this normal levels of cold for winter inside houses, or is it just old Australian houses are very, very poorly designed to deal with cold weather? It's, yeah. And if it's not actually that cold in here, I apologize, but please take pity on me. I'm from the subtropics. Oh, that is freezing cold almost. It is, yeah, but again, unsure comparatively. I mean, maybe, well, I'm guessing a lot of people put up with this cold all the time, and worse. But, oh dear. Blue should stop complaining. Do turn on the heat pump. I did, and I cranked it up. I did, and now inside it is about 10.5 degrees, so hopefully, you know, I'll wait till it hits about 14 or 15, then I'll turn the heat pump off. It's, oh, energy is very expensive these days, isn't it? Along with everything else. Oh, dearie me. Oh, sorry. Oh, more apologies. Sorry. I'm working on it, I promise. But I was a bit late getting pretty much everything set up this week. It's no real reason. Oh, it's hot where I am, but I generally understand. Thank you, Reaper. Tough where I live, we need to constantly turn our heat on else it drops below 0 degrees. Oh dear. Yes, I'm not sure how I would survive such European cold. possibly I'd do better than I think. It's not like I survive the heat here very well either. Maybe blue is just weak to all extremes. Oh, dearie me. But yes, it's been a little bit busy this week in other realms of blue's existence, namely trying to pull more things together for the imminent arrival. Because blue's not ready yet. Blue is not ready. We bought a bunch of useful things, hopefully, over the weekend. But there's still a bunch I need to do, and so much cleaning and sorting. And, you know, all the cleaning and sorting time would usually be time Blue is attempting to write. And everything just get mixed up in what I need to do and what I want to do and what I can actually do given energy levels and such. Oh, hopefully it's not super painful for you. It'll all be okay. It'll be alright. Oh, I can't stand it either. Too much snow. Well, it gets quite cold here, but we're right on the coast, almost directly on the coast. Honestly, some good views here. It's nice, most of the time. But yeah, it doesn't really. I've never seen it snow here. I think it snows further inland occasionally, but not a huge amount. No, still, the most snow I've ever seen, I think, remains when I was living in Japan. Oh dear. Where I was living in Japan kind of got extremes with winter and summer as well. So flippin' humid in the summer, but it did, you know, when I lived there, it didn't snow a huge amount, but it did snow in winter. When I went back to visit a few years after, I think it got the biggest snowfall while we were there that it had gotten in the last 70 years or so. It was fairly impressive. Well, you know, as impressed as we could be when we were trudging through unexpected snow with suitcases. Well, have you seen the snow in Hokkaido? I have, actually. I don't remember whether it was actually snowing while I was there, but I went for a few days while I was living in Japan during the snow festival. And, you know, banked up on the side of the road past our heads sort of snow levels. I fell over a lot. I was just slipping on the road constantly. But no, Hokkaido, cold. It's the snowiest place in the world when it snows there. I'll definitely believe that. I'll believe that. Oh dear, oh dear. Blue is lucky that even wound up doing the stream today. Well, not lucky, but I forgot it was a public holiday. Blue doesn't notice these things, so the small one's not at school, but thankfully the mother and father library were happy to keep looking after her while I set up and stream. So I'm very grateful to them for being so understanding of Blue's leaky memory. What is this? I already read that one. Sorry, Elfie. Oh dear, the culture in Hokkaido is so interesting. I'd need to go into that a bit more. Oh, what holiday? Tell me. Oh, I believe it's the celebration of the king's birthday for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's not actually his birthday today, and I'm not, you know, all that keen about celebrating a random guy in a pointy hat's birthday. I suppose it's a day off at least. That's something. Oh, dearie me. In any case, Blue has her water ready. Blue doesn't have snacks ready. Blue did just have a rather large breakfast to try to avoid the stream munchies. But we'll see. We might wind up having to get more chips. I think there's another bag of chips. They were on special last week, so I went back and bought a few more. Oh, one more day off. Indeed. Indeed. Or something about monarch. Indeed, yes. The monarch. The monarch being. Oh, dear. Rightio, shall we get reading? We have two beautiful stories today. One from Ashley Rowan and one from Elfie the Animator, who are very consistent with supplying these wonderful stories. Thank you so much. You work so hard on these, and it's just incredible. I think I was talking to the Mother Library the other day, just sort of lamenting my own lack of, productivity, and saying, I'm organizing these things, but it feels like well, not just feels like in this case. Well, I'm not writing a story at the moment. I suppose I attempt to at least pull one together during the stream. But it's, you know, it's like I'm pulling all this together and then not doing any work. But the Mother Library did remind me I'm, you know, facilitating in a way, I guess, and providing this opportunity, and I hope it is one that you're enjoying and getting something out of. And remember, if anyone else ever wants to write a story, you are so very welcome. Blue definitely does not bite. Blue is all about positivity and finding the good in what everyone writes. And just writing. Just writing is so wonderful. Let's just write. Sorry, Blue is rambling. Oh dear, though celebrating birthday of our president would feel weird, I can imagine, so I must say these writings are the only thing I've ever completed. Well, I'm glad. I'm not glad that they're the only things you've ever completed, but I'm glad you are finding something to write that you are able to complete, and hopefully that will start to, what's the word? Why is all I can think of osmosis? And now bleed. To osmosis or to bleed into your other work. Oh dear, there is a far better word there that Blue is just not grasping, isn't there? Honestly, I need to write more. Yes, Blue too. I got something done last week. I mean, I broke through, I got through the end of chapters in the first main magical project book that I knew I didn't have to do too much to, and I've hit the chapters that I need to do some additions and changes to, and I wrote out a big plan for it, and I started doing it. Then Blue may have fallen into the slight hole of, I just need to step away from all the projects I've been working on for the last 10 to 15 years for a while and try to refresh. Because I think something I need to learn how to do is to write a story, you know, one that's not ridiculously long, one that is standalone, to write it, to edit it, to be happy with it, and to cut it off and never think about it again. At least not in the writing sort of sense. It's I think I need to learn how to be prolific, you know, if I'm going to get anywhere. Oh dear, sorry I'm behind in chat. Oh, one day I'll have the power to write. Yes. Reapy, write a comic, give yourself a break. I agree. A very good comic, by the way, if no one here has seen, I imagine a bunch of you here have seen it, but if anyone here has not seen Reaper's webcomic, it's on Tapas. It's called Nero, and it is really good. You should go and give it a look. Oh, I'm sorry, dumb clumsy fingers. Your fingers are not dumb clumsy. Typos happen to everyone. Oh, for the animated true, I just wish I was in the writing mood more. That'll have more time so I can just write anyways. Yes, I do agree with you there. It will be... This will probably sound a bit weird, but I know I'm making things, you know, in inverted commas, difficult for myself to write when, you know, having a family and all. And given Blue's A state, you know, it is entirely up to Blue with her family status and such, and the small one status. Well, not entirely up to, but, you know, took the steps and it worked twice. So, but yes, it's just, I guess those are the two things that I actually know for sure that I wanted in life, was to have small ones and to write. So, I suppose it is on Blue for attempting to do both. But Blue's been patient so far. Blue can keep being patient. It is really good. I'll have to read it finally. It is really good. Oh, thanks, Moody. You're welcome. I just coughed up with Nero. I'm on my toes. Oh, Ashley Marone, if it helps, I'm still in the middle of drawing chapter 2, so you'll catch up easily. But it is wonderful, so I do, what's a good word, implore you to have a look. Alrighty. Okay, Blue's probably done enough tangenting. Let's see if I can press the correct button to make this work. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Whoa! And it worked! Hooray. I've set these up several times now, but I still expect everything to just break at once every time I press a button. Okay, so we are again in the situation where Blue has not looked at these, so I will be discovering them at the same time as you. So, are we happy to start with Ashley Rowan's story, which is Curse Therapy Diary? And a beautiful cover, and said the cover art is by Mixo39 on Tumblr. It is beautiful. Lovely cover. So let's have a look at the synopsis. It's month of universal love in the fairy realm. But Keniki has a problem. A curse that lights her on fire. Not dangerously or painfully, but annoying for sure. Every time she finds another gal cute. Oh, it's so cute. This is her Curse Therapy Diary. Written for Blue Mooney's MacGuffins You Write in May of 2024. And down here we will see there is a related series, which is The City of Witches. It's in a shared universe, so we should probably have a look at that one time, shouldn't we? Oh, if you only know how hard it was not to read Curse Therapy Diary. I relate to this fairy already. Okay, shall we have a look? So chapter 1. Chapter 1 is called Flowers Month. Aww. It's so cute. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Blue's nose in this cold. Just need to give it a quick... There we go. Apologies. Hopefully my nose will not prove a burden during the stream. Okay, chapter 1, Flowers Month. Fire Day the 1st. My name is Keniki, and I think my mother really hates the idea of me liking women. How do I know? She put a curse on me. Oh, thanks, Mum. I've recently noticed how every time I think someone is cute, my hair lights on fire. Oh no. It's not supposed to be hurtful, but it's really annoying. I don't understand what the purpose behind that is. What fairy would do that to their own child, let alone anybody? How do I know she did that? She has a book on quote-unquote useful curses for teachers. In what times was she learning to be a teacher that cursing your students was still allowed? I'll have to look through this book myself. I have to find out how to break this curse. And finding the publication date would be nice too. Okay. Water Day, the 2nd. I've been trying to read I Want to Fly on Your Wings. This book is just so sweet. I love the relationship between Saksa and Sim, but it seems the pages turn black from the flames. I read Mum's book today. Of course, it was written decades ago. Good to know times are changing this rapidly, but maybe that still is too slow. As for how to break the curse, it turns out a kiss of true love should help me. Easy for it to say. Tomorrow will be my first day of work since I've been cursed. I hope it won't be that bad. Ooh, noses can sure introduce on streams. Yeah, it can be an issue. Okay, Wind Day, the 3rd. Working at a lesbian cafe is hard when your mother puts on you a conversion curse. That's how the book calls it. From what I've read, my flame can't do any harm itself, but smoke and heat are still a problem, and the ceiling looks better when it's not smoked. I'll have to see how comfortable it is for me to work. I'm afraid my flame isn't that fine for the customers. It looks strange when somebody walks to you with your order and they literally light on fire. maybe I could talk with Ms. Key about changing my position when my hair starts being unbearable. I think I could work in the kitchen. I love this protagonist. She's adorable. Okay, Earth Day, the 4th. I think talking to Miss Key will happen sooner than later. The customers are indeed giving me strange looks when the flame ignites. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I need to move to the kitchen. Talking to my mother doesn't seem to work. She only says it's good for me. Meanwhile, I risk losing my job over this little shenanigan. I can't wait to start college and move to a dorm. While there are just 3 months left until the dorms are open, it suddenly seems like a really long time. Then again, my curse could give me some strange looks. Aether Day, the 5th. I talked to Miss Key today. She sees no problem in me working in the kitchen for the time being. She says that I will get my training on Fire Day and I'll start working the next day. I'm happy that she sees my problem, and I hope it disappears soon. Oh, sorry. Just taking my glasses off to see if it makes my model a bit more responsive, but I had some trouble reading the screen instantly. Oh dear, I didn't think my vision was that bad. Combination Day, the 6th. To remember, do not use hairspray. Oh no. I'm guessing she found that out the hard way. Oh goodness me. Ashley, what is her key to great character writing? I agree, this is fantastic character writing. Fire Day, the 8th. I never assumed how much work there is in the cafe's kitchen. I have a lot of recipes to memorize. Luckily, Ms. Key allows us to work with cheat sheets, but we're expected to memorize more and more as we go. And there's also the problem of my hair being all weird. Turns out I have to take its flames into consideration when cooking. It affects the food somehow. Always a new thing to learn. Then again, I do have a blast. Maybe I'll ask Ms. Key to let me keep this position after I solve the hair problem. Wind Day, the 10th. I burnt the apple pie because one of my co-workers called it cute. How does that even happen? Oh dear. Aether Day, the 12th. I found an interesting article written by some psychologist from West Moonwing Island. It details how conversion curses actually do more harm than good, and how they are actually a form of invasive taming. To my surprise, Mum did read it. After which, she dismissed it as some pseudoscience ramblings that have no place in our country. At least we have freedom of marriage. The West is one big mafiacracy. I think it is impressive that such a paper got written there. Ooh, thank you. Hard for me to tell. I basically think of what kind of character I want to have, what situations I want to put them in, and how they could react. I need to try that. I think that's some good advice, Ashley. Thank you. Okay, Rest Day, the 14th. I was interested in fireproof books. It would be great if those exist. I am a giant bookworm, and my hair makes reading quite difficult. Unfortunately, the only one I could find was some dystopian novel released in the human realm. Dystopias can be cool, but I'm not learning a new language just to read one book. Dear, I wonder which dystopian novel is fireproof. My immediate thought was Catching Fire. Probably not. Wind Day, the 17th. I'm starting to get a hang of the kitchen work. I can even make some awesome creme brulee if I try. Oh, this Topia is Fahrenheit 451 if you're curious. Oh, thank you. No, thinking of catching fire for a fireproof book probably isn't the right way for me to go. Oh, I feel like this is a poke at something, but I don't know what it is. Here we are. We're up to rest day, the 21st. A strange thought occurred to me. Wouldn't my curse actually prevent me from finding love? Wouldn't my possible dates look down on me as soon as they notice the flames? And seeing how love is required to get rid of this, does it mean the curse is indirectly self-sustaining? Scary. Water Day, the 23rd. Today was Marjane's birthday. Miss Key let me take the day off. I simply don't want to ruin Marjane's special day. I hope she understands. I hope I'm pronouncing this name close enough. Close enough. Marjane. Sorry, I tend to look at everything and go automatically to a vaguely Japanese style pronunciation because that's just what Blue's mind is most comfortable with. Here we go. Wednesday the 24th. I explained everything to Marjane. Luckily, she understood everything. She even bought me some leftover cake from today, so I don't feel left out. That was so kind of her. I immediately lit up. She said I really wasn't kidding. I gave up on trying to reason with Mum. As soon as Sturgeon Month starts and the doors open, I'm moving out. Ooh, close enough, but the J is more like a consonant Y. That's how the Polish do. Ah, Mayenne. Mayenne. Okay, I shall try to do that. Mayenne. Thank you. We're up to Combination Day, the 27th. Horrible thoughts crossed my mind. Do I want to find a girlfriend because I want to experience the sweetness of love? Or because I want the flames to disappear? Are these goals mutually exclusive? And aren't they selfish? Calm down. Let's not hate myself over that. Fire Day, the 29th. I stopped going to libraries and bookstores. I don't know if I can actually burn books, but better safe than sorry. I want this to end. Wind Day, the 31st. I really want this to end. Oh, goodness me. Oh, dear. Ooh, there's some comments here. Oh, looks like good comments too. This is why homophobic parents shouldn't be given magic. Exactly. Let's just be happy that real magic has this rule about returning to you 3 times stronger. And poor girl. Yes. Sorry, am I just mumbling? Blue is mumbling. I will try not to mumble. Next chapter. Next chapter? Next chapter. Oh, here we are. Sorry. Wrong button. Okay, chapter 2, Strawberry Month. Earth Day the 1st. Here we are. The month of universal love came. The streets are so beautiful all over the city. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide how my head wants to pronounce this. On one side I want to say Sinesin, and the other side I want to say Signsin. I'll go with Signsin Pupam until I am otherwise corrected. Always has the greatest month of universal love events in the entire East Moonwing Island. It would be even better if I could enjoy the events without my stupid curse. I may be a firework, but one should not be so close to fireworks, right? I really hope this ends soon. Aether Day, the 2nd. Something strange happened today. I actually met somebody. On my way home, I decided to visit the Month of Universal Love event, just to stare from far back. And I saw her. Her head was covered in storm clouds. Our eyes met, and my head flamed up, but her clouds also let out some lightning and rain droplets. I asked her if she too had a conversion curse put on her. She said yes. I really wanted to get to know her better. Her name is Pimpili, and we actually exchanged numbers. Ooh. Funny for you to skip E, the evolution of that language based on skipping E, but no, the transliteration is symbol to sound. So Sinasim Pupam means heart of the east. Oh, lovely. Oh, yay. Sorry, head drifted again. So it's Sinasim Pupam, hopefully. This is so sweet, I'm getting diabetes. Is it okay to say something like that? I think so. Not... Oh, definitely can't speak for people with diabetes. I know that's something that's generally said. I'm not sure how it's viewed. Oh dear, definitely have to check that one out. Oh, someone with, not with diabetes, but with many family members who have it. I don't think they'd have a problem with it, but again, can't speak for them. I guess it is until any diabetic vetoes, pretty much. Okay, combination day the 3rd. Throughout the entire day, I couldn't stop thinking about Pimpili. Who and why has put the curse on her? And would we ever meet if we didn't have the curse? What are the chances of such an occurrence? 2 fairies put on a conversion curse, meeting in the middle of the capital. A story straight out of a romance novel. I had to fly out for a while because I was afraid I would burn my entire room. In the evening, I went to the roof and called Pimpili. Through laughter, she told me I'd caused a downpour in her room. I'm so sorry, Pimpili. We talked for quite a while. I asked her if there was any hobby she had. She said she liked poetry. I said I liked reading books, and maybe I'm trying to get into cooking. I'd like to see her in person more. Rest day, the 4th. Thinking about the talk with Pimpili yesterday, I actually thought it would be cool to learn some cooking on my own. First, I thought about trying something I know from work. It turned out we had ingredients for a creme brulee at home. I liked preparing it, and it turned out delicious. I have to try cooking more. Fire day, the 5th. I thought I should ask Mayane for some nice recipes to try out on my own that I wouldn't learn from work. She suggested tomato soup. I looked into it and it doesn't seem that hard. I talked with Pimpili more today. I was interested in where she works. Turned out that she wants to finish studying first before starting working, and she also starts uni this year. I joked that it would be cool if we could share our dorm, but Pimpili didn't laugh. I wish I knew why. In other news, we are seeing each other in the park on 8th day evening. Should I treat it as a date? I have to cook something good. Water day, the 6th. My hair has been flaming up throughout my entire shift. Everybody in the kitchen wanted to know who I had met. Talking about Pimpili all day wasn't helping me to control the flame. For the first time in history, one of us had to pour water on their hair. Oh, head. Yes, that was me. In the evening, Pimpili wanted to exchange book recommendations. She said that her favourite poetry book to date is a compilation of love poems by Umi from MPE. I had no idea she liked such classics. It almost made me feel ashamed that I recommended her I Want to Fly on Your Wings. Pimpili suggested we should lend the books to each other when we meet. I'm really excited about her taste. Ooh, this makes my gay heart happy. Wonderful. Ooh, fun fact, Ampi-E means near the sea. I got inspired by two cities which names me near the shore. Japanese Yokohama and the Polish, Kolobrzeg. Kolobrzeg? No, there's an R in there. Kolobrzeg. Her hair is flaming up and I'm melting from the sweetness. Oh no, her flame actually affects living matter. Oh dear. Wednesday, the 7th. I think my mother is starting to suspect something. She noticed I've been cooking with my hair fire a lot. I simply told her that I'm trying to learn some new recipes for the job. Luckily, she believed. She told me to change the job, of course, but she knows she can only say. Earth Day, the 8th. I'm seeing Pimpili tomorrow. I've spent the entire evening cooking tomato soup and creme brulee. I hope they taste good. And, of course, I can't sleep. Too much excitement and nerves. Eighth Day, the 9th. We have finally met in the park. It was really lovely. Relaxing on the bench. We weren't going into the grass because that would be too dangerous for us and the surroundings. Chit-chatting about sweet nothings. Pimpili brought garlic bread, which is great for eating with my tomato soup. And we exchanged books. Oh, I can't wait for our exchange of opinions. And I finally discovered why she was cursed. Or perhaps why she cursed herself. She got involved in a very unfriendly church. She thought that by cursing herself she could absolve herself from condemnable behaviour. It feels really awful. Luckily she left that church, but the curse persists. I feel really bad for her. I hope we can defeat it. Garlic bread, indeed. The love of my ace life. Oh, their food complemented each other. I know, it's just so sweet. So lovely. Let's keep going. Combination Day, the 10th. Recently, I've noticed that people actually turn their heads at my fire. I wonder whether or not they know why it burns. Knowing that, I feel even worse about Pimpili's curse. I love garlic bread too. Yay! It is really good. Oh, I always walk past it in the supermarket though. It's like, oh, I love garlic bread, but better not. Special occasions. Special occasions. Rest Day, the 11th. Umi from Ampi-E was a gay man, and I will die on that hill. Everybody that disagrees should read Waiting on the Beach. Fire Day, the 12th. I finished reading the book from Pimpili today during the break. I would have never guessed how much I would be into poetry, let alone so classic. Oh, I adore how Umi conveyed the feelings of love, longing and loneliness. Something about it really spoke to me. I have to ask Pimpili for more. Garlic bread is great. It is! Oh, dearie me. Water Day, the 13th. Pimpili finished reading today and she loved the book. She found it as unpredictable as real wing racing. She kind of liked the dynamic of Saxa and Sim turning from rivals to lovers. She said it kind of reminded her of embracing the side of yours that you hate, which is an interesting take. We'll return the books to each other tomorrow. Ooh, just like Agent Cooper in Twin Peaks says, every day give yourself one present. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be big. That's a really nice thing to say. Yes. Blue, I give you the gift of garlic bread. Or I would if I had some in the freezer. Oh dear. Oh dear. No, Blue ate junk food yesterday on the way back from shopping. Because living where Blue lives, we have to drive pretty far to get to some certain shopping locations. But it was worth it. We got most things sorted out, and what wasn't sorted out should be sorted out over the rest of the week. There was just a few things that I didn't really want to buy, and the lovely salesperson didn't want to sell us until we were absolutely sure they would work, so they're looking into it for me, which is very good of them. You deserve it. Thank you. Next time I go shopping, I will get some garlic bread. I may even splurge and get the not so cheap home brand and the more expensive, hopefully far fluffier and crispier, expensive brand. I would have prepared some garlic bread if I would wake anyone up. Laughs at inflation. Yeah, it's a problem. Oh dear, not really something to laugh at either, but what more can you do at this point? Bleep bloop. Oh, look back at your memories of June 10th. Another time, thank you, OneDrive. Wind Day, the 14th. Seeing how I flamed up at Pimpilly visiting my mother made me do some explaining. Okay, I read that poorly. Hold on, I can do that better. Okay, I got it. Seeing how I flamed up at Pimpilly visiting, my mother made me do some explaining. Luckily, the only thing I had to say was what she was doing in our home. After all, Pimpilly was just here to exchange books. Of course, Mum told me to control my thoughts around her. I can't wait to move to the dorm. Oh, it actually falls. Laughs infraction in the face, hoping for deflation. Ooh, maybe that could work. Might have to start trying some more interesting things for change to happen. And you do know by this point that Blue likes to not discount anything. We've got to at least give something a try before we say it won't work. Ooh, remember when New World launched and it actually had a hyperdeflation crisis? I do not. I'd have to look into that. Well, actually, I find the characters in that book cute, so take that, Mum. That is a very good excuse. Here we are, Earth Day the 15th. Today, I and Pimpilly were simply talking about our curses. We both needed it. It's good to have someone that supports you in what you're going through. And it's good to support someone else. Aether Day the 16th. Pimpilly wrote a poem for me. It's so wholesome. Was this one you shared in the language as well on Tumblr? I might have to see if I can find that and read that in the original language as well. Oh, wow, I should have thought of that. No. It is your story. It's brilliant seeing other people's thoughts and everything, but it's still your story. Here we are. I thank the world every day for allowing me to meet you. Your fire shows me the way, as if it was a lighthouse, too. You show me the way through the storm. It makes it smaller and smaller. I'm sure your fire will burn my storm, and my storm will extinguish your fire. Oh, that is so lovely. So lovely. Just give me a minute. Oh no, I can't look it up there because it will change what you are seeing. And I don't remember if I'm signed in over here. Let's just give it a quick go. Oh, I am. Okay. I can do this. Here we are. Oopie-doopie-doo. Yes, I did write the poem in the conlang and then made a translation. Yes, I wanted the story to look like I translated it from an actual fairy diary. No, I refuse to explain. No explanations required. It's wonderful. There's only a puddle of Elfie left at the moment. Oh, so sweet. That's dedication. I respect that. Holy cannoli. Well, I can't bring it up on screen without introducing a ridiculous amount of scuff, but I'll do my best to read it out, and hopefully I don't butcher the fairy language too badly. And I think it deserves to be read in the original language. We have Menin Timsan Sata, Our Curses, a poem in East Moonwingian. Okay, you can do this, Blue. Menman se sekan atem keja. Kim imi samen, kim amili sali. Lifa apim sasin menka. Inyesa lansan yesi. Minsaka kalaman sa mekimsa. Kiwisen salan unlalni. Em ulin ka kiu mefa sasulu lifa. Unli fafa sasulu ki. It does sound beautiful in the original East Moonwingian. And I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure all the emphasis is in all the wrong places. Oh dear. I think in my head as well, because I'm so familiar with Japanese, I just automatically go, make it stressless. No stress. I probably did put some stress in strange places and weird pauses. Sorry about that, but as well, just looking at it looks absolutely beautiful. That sounds Polynesian, kind of. Well, anyone who wants to have a look at the original East Moonwingian, this is on Tumblr at Ashley Rowan, the writer. Ashley Rowan, the writer, is the Tumblr name. And if you just look up the MacGuffins You Write tag, it should pop up fairly close to the top. It was so lovely. Thank you. It's just amazing effort. I know you're saying that's just the way you wanted to do it, but still, it takes so much effort, and it's wonderful to write a poem in a conlang and then translate it. It's amazing. Yeah, it was like put stress on the penultimate syllable unless an acute shows up. Okay, on the penultimate. I should probably practice reading it another time and see if I can actually get all the pronunciation right. Ooh, like Spanish, okay. Combination Day, the 17th. I dreamt of Pimpili tonight. I have to get myself a new pillow. Oh, this poor sweetheart. Rest Day, the 18th. Mother noticed my hair flaming up while I was eating dinner. I'm so sure I was thinking about Pimpili. I have to think about it. Fire Day, the 19th. Yep, I have no doubt. I'm in love with Pimpili. I don't know what I should do about it. I'm going to talk about it with someone from work tomorrow. Water Day, the 20th. I have talked to my Yane today. She told me to let Pimpili know. I have been thinking about it when walking home. It took me the whole talk with her to realize how much I would like to tell her. I'll do it tomorrow. Actually, yes, and West is like Latin, penultimate syllable unless long vowels show up. Wow. Oh dear. I know thinking so deeply about Konglangs and such isn't everyone's cup of tea, but every time I see you guys talking so wonderfully about it, Like, I should think about it even more. I should do more work on my conlangs. But then I remember, if I do more work on my conlangs, that's even less time I'll have on the actual stories. So, yeah, I'll probably continue having fairly half-baked conlangs for the rest of my life. Oh well, that's okay. That's okay. Here we are, Wednesday the 21st. I did it. I was so scared, but it turned out not to be as much of a deal as I thought. Or maybe it was? Pimpilly actually said she wanted to try a relationship like that, kind of to see whether or not she's ready for one. I'm so happy about that, but I also worry a bit. This has to be a big step for her. We'll have to see how it goes. We're meeting on Aether Day. Oh, I should work more on my conlangs too. Oh, that is the reason Spanish have stress on the non-penultimate syllables, right? Oh dear, that is definitely not something I should respond to. Oh dear. Oh dear. Here we are. Earth Day, the 22nd. I think Mother has somehow found out about my relationship with Pimpilly. She must have somehow heard our talk on the roof. We had a really long talk. I'm sure that she heard me speaking way less than she would like to, but what was I supposed to say? I'm moving to the dorm soon anyway. It's not like our talk would change anything. I really can't wait for the dorms to open. When I told Pimpilly about it, she wanted to support me the best she could. I could see she was not used to it, but at least she was doing her best. I also asked what her favourite dish was. Gotta remember, duck with plums. I have to repay her for the poem after all. Oh, I'll ask my teacher when I go back to school. Good plan. Teachers. Not quite all-knowing, but probably as close as we're going to get. Yes, it did evolve from Latin. You can even see some more crazy shenanigans it caused in Italian. Like some irregular plurals that evolved from the neuter gender. Ooh, irregular plurals. Oh dear. And I still just have fun giggling away through the silly YouTube videos showing how ridiculous English is. Ah, here we are, Aether Day, the 23rd. Our first meeting after officially becoming a pair, or at least trying to, was so weird. Despite how much we seem to know about all the romance stuff, we are so new to it. It felt good to fly together while holding hands, but also really awkward. Same thing about giving her the duck, but it was so satisfying. It felt good to just fly around and talk to each other. I like that being there, sort of acknowledging that it's, really awkward and in the beginning of something, but it's still feeling good. So I think awkward can still feel good sometimes. I think there's too often just negative connotations given to awkward. Something can be really awkward and really sweet at the same time, and somehow I think something can be both really awkward and really comfortable at the same time. So it just really depends on who you're with. Oh, this is the cutest fairy romance I've seen in ever. I think I have to agree with you there. English had an interesting evolution. Imagine that night used to be pronounced. Oh dear. I do not read IPA very well. That is something I seriously need to work on, my IPA skills. It's also fun examining one's mother tongue too, indeed. Here we are. Combination Day, the 24th. Sorry I keep saying here we are and there we go and I'm just scrolling down, but I like to be absolutely sure I'm in the right place. Oh, and just be glad there are any spelling reforms. Pimpilly invited me to sleep over at her house. I'm coming tomorrow. I am impatient already. Fire Day, the 26th. The Sleepover at Pimpilly's was kind of crazy. Whatever we were trying to do, our curses showed up. My hair burnt brighter than ever, and Pimpilly's hair was shooting lightning all around. We were reading poems, playing board games, and watching movies. Soon we simply started talking about our curses. We used to think we wanted to get rid of them for ourselves, but we realized we actually wanted to do it for each other. Pimpilly said she wanted to try to kiss me. And suddenly, my fire and Pimpilly's storm disappeared. It was the most wonderful moment since I met Pimpilly. We felt relieved, we felt free, we felt safe. We felt that together we can beat every obstacle fate throws at us. Oh, IPA reading. Na ayuxt. X as in y in Spanish. Na Sorry. Sorry, I'm sounding it out mostly in American English. Oh my gosh. So cute. Story is so cute. I guess for sure it's the CH in Loch Ness if you're Scottish. Yeah. Oh, okay. Night. Something like that. Here we are, 8th day on the 30th. It seems that Mother thinks the curse stopped because I actually stopped liking girls. I will never understand her. But I also won't tell her the truth. Let's let this fairy live in blissful ignorance. Oh, that's a sweet little comment down here. Can you see? Oh, I probably can't see it through the chat box. Cute emoji. Okay. Let's look at the last. Here we are. 8th day the 1st. The dawn. Oh, sorry. We're up to Sturgeon month. Chapter 3, Sturgeon month. 8th day the 1st. The dorms are opening on Fire Day. And that's the day I'm moving in. And I'm gonna live with Pimpilly. Can there be anything better? Fire Day the 4th. Oh, our first day at the dorm. We had a lot of fun moving and unpacking our stuff. Pimpilly will be studying literature studies and I will study history. We can't wait for the courses to start. Let's look down here at the comments. So what happened to the other 27 days of the month? Good question. And what really happened was that I thought that this is the point where I want to finish. I've told the story I wanted to. Maybe one day I'll come back to these girls. That's a very good answer. That is a solid answer there. That is an adorable story. Thank you so much, Ashley. Oh, yay. I'm almost vaporizing. Good on you, girl. She doesn't need to know. Oh, goodness me. That is such a lovely story. That is incredible. Thank you, Ashley. I'm really happy that the brainstorming stream sort of helped you write this, but wow. Sorry, I'm a bit wow. I am wowed. You have wowed me. Who needs a drink? So wonderfully lovely. Thank you so much, Ashley. Well, thank you. All your stories so cute, Ashley. You should give yourself a present after all this hard work, indeed. Then I'll come with my Lovecraftian-inspired horror story. We love horror stories. Oh dear. Though the Mother Library last night was filling up her Netflix list of interesting-looking things, and a series called Parasite popped up with there was a fair amount of body horror in the in the trailer, and Blue does not handle body horror very well. So Blue was sitting there trying to avert her eyes, but with that horrific sort of can't look away thing going on, and I have to look at the screen, but it is horrific and will give me nightmares. And, you know, I was looking at the Mother Library's face instead, which was kind of saying pretty clearly everything that was going on the screen. Oh dear. Blue appreciates horror and respects it greatly as a genre, but of the speculative genres, Blue tends to steer the most away from horror. Oh, wonderful. The Korean LA or the anime? The Korean live action one, yes. That one. Tell me if my story gets too graphic. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh dear. Oh, you remember how last week I commented about sinusitis and having a really sore face? It mostly healed, but it's just still lingering a bit and popping up now and then. It's getting a little frustrating. Just suddenly face hurt time. Oh dear. Let's read Elfie's story of depths and beginnings, and another beautiful cover. And I know you did this one, didn't you, Elfie? Because you have combined your lovely mermaid drawings with this brainstorming stream, which is a really, really cool thing to do. Ah, dearie me. Sorry, I think Blue just needs to sit for a moment. Excuse me. Do I need snack? I don't think I need snack. I made the cover, yes. Yes, it is lovely. Oh, goodness me, excuse me. Oh dear, more water. Okay. Well, I think we should just jump right in here. Is everyone ready for some Lovecraftian horror? Of depths and beginnings. The synopsis says, Deus wakes up one morning and notices his brother is gone, and goes on a journey of confusion and fear to reunite with him. A story for MacGuffins you write. Here we go, of depths and beginnings. Let's go, creepy mermaids. We do love a good creepy mermaid. Oh no, nose. Just give me a moment, sorry. Lou is back. I have sufficiently honked. Hopefully my nose won't give us any problems during the story. Okay. Of depths and beginnings. The waves move viscously on the surface, and the winds are surprisingly strong. Deus wakes up to the sound of thunder. He opens his eyes and discovers that his brother, Nemo, is gone. Nemo? Nemo? Where are you? Deus shouts, but he gets no response. He dives beneath the surface and starts searching. This goes well with my mermaid drawings. Wonderful. Has everyone had a good look at Elfie's mermaid drawings? They're all up on Elfie's YouTube community page, and I think you made shorts for most of them as well, didn't you? So much work has gone into all this. Well, sorry, I haven't. They are there and they are wonderful. Deus looks after Nemo for what felt like an eternity. Deus decides to rest on the surface for a while. Even though the thunderstorm is past, the winds still blow hard. After resting for a while, comes a huge wave that sends Deus far away. or all our shorts and community posts. I've seen some, but I have to look at the rest. Indeed. Deus finds himself in deeper waters than he was when he hadn't been sent away by the big wave. Looking up, he sees another mermaid, although they have a skull-adjacent look to their face, and many features of newly hatched amphibians, in contrast to Deus, who more resembles a dolphin. He swims closer to the mermaid. May I ask if you have seen my brother? He looks like me, but a bit taller, and he has darker colours. He gets no response. It simply floats in the waterhole, unmoving. Deus tries to make eye contact, but it seems as if the mermaid was staring through him. And not just staring through Deus, but through the confines of space and time. Deus swims away, and as he goes further north, the surface increasingly fills with icebergs. Deus climbs up an iceberg to look for, to look for Neone, but the sole living thing he saw was a polar bear, looking longingly further north. Deus dives back into the ocean. As he leaves the icy part of the ocean, he finds a mysterious looking mermaid moving around in the water. The motion of the mermaid seems involuntary, as if they were simply being moved around by the ocean itself. Deus approaches the mysterious mermaid. They voluntarily move, the nematocysts. The sting causes Deus to curl up into a ball. In his pain, Deus doesn't notice he's singing until he reaches the sea floor. Deus slowly adjusts to the darkness of the sea floor. As he lies there in pain, a voice grabs Deus's attention. Oh, thank you, Will. You're welcome, Elfie. Oops, typo. It's okay, typos everywhere. Not Neone, it should have been Nemo. Yes, sorry. Nemo. We know Nemo. I think my head was just wondering if there was something else there for some reason, but yes, I should have realized Nemo, sorry. Here we are. The voice says, "Apologies, but may I ask you a question?" The voice echoes, as if it was said by a chorus speaking. "Sure," Deus utters. "Great," the voice responds. Deus tries to find where the voice was coming from and sees a part dolphin, part octopus mermaid with 8 arms. The mermaid speaks again. "Before I ask my question, I feel I'm obligated to introduce myself. I'm the trader. And now I think it's time for my question. Would you like the pain you're in to vanish, and for your body to be restored to how it was before?" Deus nods. The trader opens their eyes wide, and a green glow descends, lighting them up. The trader whispers something unintelligible, and then the green glow disappears. They close their eyes, and Deus's pain disappears. "Can I ask you a question too?" Deus says. "That's up to you," the trader replies. "Okay. Have you seen my brother, Nemo? He vanished last night. Do you know anything about where he is?" The trader thinks for a few moments. Suddenly the green glow reappears. They open their eyes wide open again. Then all returns to normal. "I've seen your brother in a vision. He is leaving the ocean, and only someone from where he is going can bring him back," the trader says. "Wait, What? Tell me more, Deus shouts. It seems as if you cannot compensate me for the effort I put into my answers. You are already close to not affording your first question. Don't try anything dumb, the trader says, calm, yet menacingly. But what am I paying? Deus asks. You paid by answering my question when I restored your body, and you will pay by bearing the curse of forbidden knowledge. From now on, your dreams will plague you with forbidden knowledge. The trader once again does their magical ritual thing. It sounds so mystical, it does. Farewell, wanderer, the trader says, as they send Deus flying through the water on the path to the shallows. Excuse me, lost soul. It seems as if thee stumbles here on accident. Where was thee going? Who do you think you are? Deus says, slightly upset. Who is I? I am the monarch ruling over the manta rays, Queen Rayna. What a foul and arrogant queen. I feel sorry for the rays, Deus whispers. He swims away, trying not to grab Rayna's attention. As Deus swims, he comes across a huge ridge going up. He swims up the ridge and sees a big oyster. Further away is a kelp forest where Deus captures a glimpse of something or someone moving around. As he approaches the kelp forest, he sees a pearl. The pearl resembles a mermaid, as if it was trapped in the oyster and became a pearl. Deus swims into the kelp forest, but he can't see the being lurking within. He hears screams? Or is it laughter? A liquid, smooth hand grabs Deus's flipper. He turns around and hits the being. Back off, you creep! Deus shouts to the mermaid. He looks them in the eye and sees that the eye he hit has turned black and is secreting a viscous black liquid. They give him a sorrowful expression as they swim deeper into the kelp forest. What are you, actually? Deus mumbled. Deus leaves the kelp forest and sees night is approaching. In the corner of his eyes, Deus gets a glimpse of an orange humanoid. He turns his head and sees nothing, but from nothing a goldfish-looking mermaid appears, and as they swim, they flash in and out of reality. In horror, Deus swims in the opposite direction, rejecting the of reality. Or is he? The sun sets, and Deus decides to sleep above the Pearl Mermaid. He looks down and sees a many-eyed mermaid moving around. Deus simply ignores what he saw and falls asleep. Teal water, dark smooth skin, no eyes, lots of teeth, too many teeth. A lech mermaid. I am the truth, and so will your dreams remain, the leech mermaid says, without moving their lips. It slowly approaches Deus. A leech maid, if you will, indeed. It slowly approaches Deus, reaching for him, but realizing Deus is just a little bit too far away. The leech mermaid sinks deep into the teal waters. As Deus floats there, he realizes he can't move. The water slowly becomes more and more green. He feels water moving behind him, and then Something bites down. Deus awakens in shock, unable to process what happened. What a weird dream. It wasn't that bad, just scary. I didn't learn anything, right? I harbour no forbidden knowledge in my mind, Deus says to himself. Oh, sorry, Leech Maid. I did the same mistake. I generally thought a lech was something you made up, but never mind. Still cool, though. Indeed. Oh, here we are. He swims around the kelp forest, trying to avoid the cursed being who lurks within. The other side of the kelp forest was filled with plankton, making the water look green. Deus sees a big trench, splitting the shallows in two. On the other side, he sees several mermaids, rocks, and other marine life. He swims over the trench. As he's in the middle between the two shallows, he feels something lurking underneath him, just out of sight. Deus starts swimming faster and faster. When he arrives on the other side, he hears something moving in the trench. Deus sprints, going further away from the unknowable depths. His sprint from the unknown presence takes a halt when he runs into another big oyster. Deus slowly swims past it, looking for any semblance of life. Suddenly it bursts open, revealing it to be a mermaid, though the mermaid had no face and was a part of the oyster, not trapped in it. The mermaid points towards the trench. Looking towards it, Deus sees a turtle-like mermaid rising in a bubble through the green water. Do I hear birds from you or me? I think it's on Blue's end. Oh dear. I have headphones on and then noise cancelling. But we do have some particularly noisy starlings around here, I believe. Oh dear. Be cool if you could hear some. We've got some black cockatoos occasionally, which are quite rowdy, but no, far more likely to be starlings twittering around the front windows. It's okay, birds are nice. That's good. So I'm just looking at one of the windows now, trying to see. We used to have a real problem with these birds just living in our gutters and chimneys and ceiling. We had to take steps. Oh, cockatoos. They are lovely. I think they're a type of cockatoo here that I didn't see very much growing up. We had mostly the white cockatoos with the bright yellow crests where I grew up, but here we've got the black cockatoos. Oh dear, and there's galahs, lots of galahs. The plovers are really loud and annoying, and not looking forward to spring. The plovers in spring are downright dangerous. Let's help with the atmosphere. Help, yes, yes. We're up to the turtle-like mermaid. I do love there being so many different types of mermaids. I suppose I am wondering at this point, are all these different types of mermaids normal for Deus, or are they particularly strange to him? Or is... Oh dear. I mean, a lot of it seems horrific, Lovecraftian to us, but to Deus is this just another sort of day, another sort of walk down the street sort of thing, because it's normal for there to be so many different types of mermaids. Australia's wildlife is so magical. Well, I'm glad you think so. It's pretty noisy. And oh dear, I think I have said occasionally we do get the wallabies in the yard, and I think we actually get bandicoots here. I haven't actually seen them, but I've seen the evidence all over the backyard, all the bandicoot holes. I like to think they're more alien to Deus, being that regular mermaids could be the norm. I think that would work well. Well, they are normal for the world, but Deus is quite sheltered. Ooh, that makes sense. Imagine a Pokemon region based on Australia. And why haven't they done yet? I have wondered why they haven't done sort of even a combo of Australia and New Zealand or something yet. There could be some really cool Pokemon in there and some really, really cool locations. Oh, we're up to the turtle, that's right. The mermaid in the bubble, without opening their mouth, says with a voice sounding as if it came from all directions, "You're in trouble, Deus." The oyster mermaid closes their shell. Deus starts shaking. You have lost your brother and have been taken advantage of by the trader. How unfortunate. And on top of that, you harbour forbidden knowledge. I do not harbour forbidden knowledge. The trader might have said my dreams will plague me with forbidden knowledge, but all I've dreamed of yet is a leech mermaid saying ominous stuff, Deus says in defense. It's more meaningful than you think. Then tell me, what does "I am the truth and so will your dreams remain" mean? Deus says, frustrated. You can't figure it out on your own. And that, combined with the significance of leeches in dreams, it means you're being taken advantage of, and that the forbidden knowledge of your dreams are fundamental truths. The mermaid in the bubble says, still without moving at all. Deus turns away from the trench and keeps moving further into the shallows. While swimming, Deus sees the shadow of a ray mermaid and slowly moves his head, hoping to not see the Queen Raina again. Luckily, the ray mermaid wasn't Raina. They had visible eyes, but no arms. Hello, wanderer from afar. What takes you to the southeastern shallows? The mermaid says. Deus swims up to the same level as the ray mermaid. Excuse me a moment, sorry. I came here trying to find my missing brother. He disappeared yesterday night. All I know is that he's probably left the ocean, and only he can bring himself back, Deus says. Oh, that's horrible, poor thing. You can stay with me today, and I can try to get some help from some of my friends, the mermaid says sincerely. I like how creative the different mermaids are. Me too, it's fantastic. Thank you. But may I ask, what's your name? I go by Sasha. How about you? Sasha says. I'm Deus. Sasha leads Deus to her cave. This is my little home. I've lived here ever since I left the Ray Kingdom. How about me introducing you to the others? Deus nods. As they swim among the sandstone pillars, the water gets green and greener near the seafloor. What is that? Deus asks Sasha, confused, pointing at a starfish-looking mermaid. It's a starfish mermaid, probably. We don't have those as native species here. They keep swimming when they hear a chanting voice. Justice for the Olms, justice for the Olms, justice for the... Hello, Lustitia? 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 I hope so. Hello, Lustitia, says Sasha. What are they doing? Deus whispers to Sasha. She's trying to make the ocean better suited for blind life forms. The Olms are a good example, Sasha responds. Lustitia, here's my guest Deus. He's lost his brother. Would you mind helping us find him? We'll start the search tomorrow. Do I look like someone who can look for things to you? Lustitia responds. We're so sorry. Bye, Deus says, embarrassed. They swim out of the green waters and see another mermaid Sasha seems to know. Konstantinos, Sasha shouts. Konstantinos, an angelfish mermaid, waves. Soon after, he returns to praying. My guest and future friend Deus needs our help. He has lost his brother. We'll start the search tomorrow morning. It's silent for a while, but then Konstantinos stops praying. I can gladly help you. Your word is my command. Deus hears a splash. He looks up and sees a parrotfish-looking mermaid with pitch-black eyes, looking at their own reflection in the water. What are you looking at? Sasha asks. The person up there. Deus points up. They're here again, Sasha says with disgust. Deus gives Sasha a judging look, with a hint of surprise, suspicion, and disdain. We'll need to leave the shallows for a short while now. My friend Victor is trying to kill an octopus mermaid who's been sinking ships for a long time now, Sasha tells Deus. Well, Olms are so cool, agreed. Oh, here we are, trying to kill an octopus mermaid who's been sinking ships. The Kraken? The Kraken maid. They swim further and further away from the safety of the shallows. This isn't as deep as in the trench separating the two shallows, but what it lacks in depth, it makes up for in size. They keep swimming for a while when they see Victor and the octopus mermaid. Deus watches on in horror as he sees the octopus mermaid's skin turn black, bleed pitch like blood, and later flash between existence and nihility. Is that what will happen to the mermaid I hit in the kelp forest? Deus whispers to himself in fear and regret. Hey, Victor, come take a break or something. We need to talk. Victor uses his sword and cuts off another tentacle from the octopus mermaid. Then he swims towards Sasha and Deus. So, my friend here, Deus, has lost his brother. Do you mind helping us? We'll start the search tomorrow, so you'll have to kill that beast for good. Deus looks at Sasha and Victor in horror. Sure, Victor responds and goes back to fighting the octopus mermaid. The sun is setting, and both Deus and Sasha are getting tired. They head back to Sasha's cave, where she falls asleep immediately. Deus stays awake for a little longer. He swims off from the cave in mistrust of Sasha, instead sleeping near the surface above her cave. The water is dark, and the crescent moon is the only source of light. Deus looks down and sees layers of bones. Emergent from the darkness is Sasha, her mouth filled with daggers and several snakes wrapped around her neck. Death will strike the one who tries to control it, and those who support it. Lies layer upon lies, the truth being buried in abyssal depths. The liar is the one you wish it wasn't. But don't worry, for justice will be served by the time it's needed. The snakes around Sasha's neck say in sync, echoing through the waters. Deus wakes up and swims down to check on Sasha, but finds only the pitch-like blood flashing between existence and nihility is left. Sasha? Deus says with fear in his voice. He leaves Sasha's cave. Deus swims trying to find Konstantinos and Victor. He finds Konstantinos praying once again, so Deus leaves him be. He tries to find Victor, but when he reaches where Victor fought the octopus mermaid, Deus surely finds Victor, but not a victorious one. The octopus mermaid is gone, but floating in the water is a Victor with signs of being strangled and with circular wounds wrapping around his limbs, bleeding pitch-like blood, with nearly all parts of his body succumbing to nihility. Deus swims back to the shallows, looking for anyone to talk to. He looks up and sees two coy mermaids swimming in a circle around each other. Deus swims up to them and says, Sasha and Victor are dead. One of the coy mermaids stops swimming in the circle and responds with, So is the circle of life. It takes life away to sustain over life. It's simple, really. Death and life, yin and yang. It's balance. No, you don't understand. I had a dream where snakes told me that people who try to control when something dies will be killed. And they tried to kill another mermaid. Now they're dead. You seem to have prophetic dreams. It's a gift, not a curse. You still don't understand. I shouldn't have known that. It's forbidden knowledge. Just because nobody else knows it doesn't make it forbidden. I give up. It's too much. Deus swims away on his way to leave the shallows. Someone grabs Deus's wrist. Hey! Deus shouts, lifting his hand as if he was going to hit whoever grabbed his wrist, but doesn't. It was the koi who had grabbed him. Didn't I say I give up? As in, I can't stand to talk to you anymore. Deus shouts. Diaconate. There's something about that koi scene I just love. Me too, it's wonderfully. Because I remember the koi mermaid picture and it's so beautiful, so I'm just imagining that as I'm reading it, and it is lovely. Sorry, I think I'm mumbling again. Speak clearly, Blue. Here we are. I want to show you something. I think you need to see it. You can learn a thing or two from it. The koi mermaid drags Deus to the surface. On the surface floats a yellow lotus, severed from its stem. Oh, I almost cut it out. I'm glad I kept it. I'm glad you did too. It is lovely. Sorry, Blue just needs a drink of water. Much reading. The koi mermaid drags Deus to the surface. On the surface floats a yellow lotus, severed from its stem. Do you see this lotus? It has survived here, even without any. Deus dives back into the water, leaving with no plan of returning. It was a little rude of you. Listen to the koi mermaid. They're trying to help. He returns to the deep waters where Victor died and sees a huge mermaid. He swims closer to get a better view. On further inspection, Deus realizes that it's not one big mermaid, but several smaller ones. Less frightened by the big swordfish-looking mermaid, Deus swims to one of the humans' favourite fishing spots, the schooling deep. Deus gets a glimpse of what looks like the octopus mermaid, but before he could get a better view, he hears a splash. From the surface sinks a dark-skinned and black-haired woman in her 20s. Deus rushes towards her in curiosity. Deus picks up the woman and carries her to the surface. The woman coughs up some water and takes a deep breath. Then she says, "Thank you for saving me." You're a mermaid. Or a merman? Both work. One describes my gender appearance, the other my appearance and gender, Deus responds. Okay, the woman says, uncomfortably. What is the name of my saviour? She continues. Deus. I go by Deus, that's it. Would you be kind and help us? My fishing friend's boat is being sunk by an octopus. Could you stop it? The woman says gently. They're actually a mermaid. Please do not refer to a mermaid as it. That's dehumanizing and unacceptable. Oh, I'm so sorry, the woman says, ashamed. Deus dives below the waves and approaches the octopus mermaid. Their body being heavily wounded, but luckily only had just turned black. Oh, I can't wait for the ascension scene. Yeah, you listen to her, she's giving you a main character lesson moment. Gotta listen to those coys. Demermaidizing, indeed. Here we are. Why are you sinking those ships? Deus shouts to the octopus mermaid. They are intruding on my territory. I was here first. Oh, I see. If you let go of that ship, then I promise you won't need to sink any more ships, Deus says. Deal, the octopus mermaid responds. Deus swims up to the surface and shouts, You're intruding on the octopus mermaid's territory. If you leave and never come back, all will be good. There's a better fishing spot to the southeast. Don't bother coming here. Say the area is toxic or something. Deus returns to the ocean depths, swimming past the octopus mermaid into new waters. It seems as if no life lived in that part of the ocean. Deus keeps swimming, and he feels a horrible smell. He looks around and sees the corpse of a mermaid. The mermaid flashes between being a corpse and a living being. In both horror and disgust, Deus swims deeper into the ocean. Deus approaches the twilight zone and he hears the sound of consumption. He simply floats there, and then he sees them. A crocodilian mermaid with a mouth on every joint of their body. Do you want to be digested? For that I can help with. Deus flinches. Who are you? Deus asks. I am Kua, the ever-consuming. I think I'll leave, for I not want to be consumed, Deus said awkwardly. Leave soon, before I regret not eating you. Oh goodness me, I really like this Kua. I'm scared, but I really like them. I think they're a good one. I like them. Good as in terrifying, of course. Deus swims the fastest he can, but when he slows down, he realizes he's back in the shallows. I must have swum in the wrong direction, Deus mumbles. I'm charmed but frightened. Indeed, that's a good way to put it. When he returns to the shallows, he sees a field of mussels, with one big mussel in the center. The bigger mussel slowly opens, revealing a mermaid instead, with no face, holding a big and gorgeous pearl. He keeps swimming when he sees an egg, totally unprotected. Deus hides it in Sasha's former cave and leaves. He sees how the sun is setting and decides to go to sleep. Truth, duality, rejection, knowledge, stars, horns, grey, feathers. The moon is gone, only the light of the stars brighten the ocean. Deus looks around and sees how the sea floor is completely grey. Splash, it says, when an owl falls into the water. On the owl's head are two horns. There is not one type of mermaid, but two, the owl says. Well, I know who I'll be dreaming about today. Oh dear. Yes, I may have to watch the Lovecraftian Star Nightmares with Kuar as well. Ku'a is based on the Aztec primordial crocodile god. I've forgotten their name, it's written in the short. Okay. Oh dear, sorry. Stretching. Stretching, yawning. I am awake and alert. Sorry. It's story time. Story time can sometimes make me sleepy, even if it is full of Lovecraftian horror. Oh dear. I think I've mentioned sometimes trying to read the small one to sleep and I'm the one who winds up dropping off. Here we are. There are true and false mermaids. The true ones never really die, instead succumbing to the temptation of nihility. But nothing can actually just stop existing. Instead, what the true mermaids believe to be the end of their existence is in reality only a means of transportation to the world of their creators. A world where they can let go of their earthbound bodies and gain a new one, not restricted by mortal comprehension. While the false mermaid are meaty, convergently evolved sea creatures with no real sapience. A false mermaid will also die a normal death, flashing a bit between life and death before eventually succumbing to death and dying. The sun is high in the sky, and Deus wakes up. The cool-ass croc mermaid is making me hungry. Oh dear. Yes, maybe I should open that bag of chips. This world is nuts. Agreed. Nuts in a good way. Definitely nuts. I need to find that trader because I can't stand these dreams anymore. Deus swims to the edge of the shallows, looking down into the trench. Deus takes all his courage and swims over it. Then, emerging from the darkness, comes two huge hands grabbing the two shallow cliffs. Slowly, a yellow shows itself. Deus is horrified and swims faster than ever to the other side. Slowly, a big head rises from the trench. Deus feels his heartbeat go up and his breathing get faster. Before he knows it, Deus passes out. When he awakens, he is deep within the trench. Only a glimpse of light was available. Ooh, I'm disgusted yet curious. That's the point. Deus, steady and slowly, swims up out of the trench. As he swims, several jellyfish mermaids appear, but Deus just keeps swimming. The pressure was hard to handle, but eventually Deus gets to a level where he feels alright. A flash of green light appears and blinds Deus. Flashing into existence is an incomprehensible amalgamation of oceanic beings. What are you? What am I? Where is my brother, and why is all this happening? Deus screams desperately. An amalgamation of voice begins to speak. I am a Leviathan, a primordial being of the oceans on Earth, and a creator of the true mermaids. I inhabited the ocean with my fellow Leviathan for millennia before any other life came. But when the humans discovered how to use the remains of a dead Leviathan, they sealed us away in a prison between worlds, where neither time nor space will find us. You are one of my creations. So is your brother. But he is here, and is our key to breaking free. I might only be a projection into your world, but when I return, you will be my most loyal of servants. Leviathan flashes away, and Deus, with knowledge he doesn't want to have in his mind, swims up the trench and returns to the trader. Free me from this knowledge, Deus begs the trader, but they refuse to respond. Deus tries on and on again, but to no success. Deus climbs up on a rock and weeps, but it's too late. They're here. Oh dear. That ending feels a little Cabin in the Woods to me, which is good. Cabin in the Woods has a great ending. Goodness me, just the atmosphere in that piece is incredible. Well done, Elfie. That's really something. Goodness me. Oh dear. I feel like I almost have to get my breath back right now. They're here. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry. Blue is calming down. Blue is fine. Yes. Thank you very much, Elfie, for the gloriously atmospheric nightmare material. Oh dear. Oh, what's the time? For me it's 11:53. I probably shouldn't stream much longer than 12:30 because I should probably rescue the mother and father library from taking care of the small one. But I've had a few ideas for just a silly little inconvenient curses short. I'll at least try to jot a few of them down for you so you can see what I'm thinking. It'll be very untidy, just like the last few times, but we can at least try to get something down together. Yeah, very interesting. I had some creepy music in the background while I wrote that. I frightened myself. Well, if you're frightening yourself, I'd say that's a good sign. It's like when I make myself cry or make myself, give the goosebumps or the adrenaline or something. It's always a good sign. Okay, am I hitting the correct button? I am. Here we are in Pro Writing Aid, because I find it's a useful one to use in a hurry. Definitely no editing happening right now, but let's get some ideas down. Okay, so what do we do again? What's the title again? What's the title again? The old Stubs Ditto every 27th step. Curse. Oh yeah, I give myself a journal whenever I write for my comic, mainly so that I feel pumped while writing action scenes. Yes, it is useful to sort of have that adrenaline going when you're writing action scenes. Otherwise, stuff sort of turns out a little flat, I guess. I probably should go to sleep. It's almost 4 a.m. and I really need to sleep. Bye. Good night, Elfie. Or good morning. But get some wonderful sleep. Thank you so much again for your wonderful story and for working so hard on it for us. Oh dear. Well, for you and for us. Good writing for you definitely benefits us to hear it. Okay, so I had these random thoughts for this while I was making breakfast. Nighty-night, Elfie. Give yourself a present indeed. Have a nice sleep. Good night, good night, good night. Okay, so this will mostly just be dialogue ideas and notes, probably. Okay, so we'll go... we'll just do it in a messy fashion. You've got to be kidding me. Let's just set the scene a little bit. Oh, have a nice stream. Thank you. Okorba Allah. I do not know this. I'm sorry. Oh dear. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. I should probably set the scene before the line, shouldn't I? Two friends walking along a path. I think that's all we really need. Friend stops, down, holding their foot. It's 27. It's every 27 steps. And we've got... Oh, one of the friends. That's going to get confusing. Let's just go. Friend 1. Friend 12. Friend 1. Friend 1 stops, jumping up and down, holding their foot. Irate. Okay, so friend 2... has been... What term did I use? Oh, goodness me. I can't read my own writing. It's a problem. Okay. Okay, so friend 2 has been keeping an eye on friend 1 for a while. Of behaviors with walking tense. Oh dear. Concentration, counting. Friend 2 be like, what you talking about, Willis? Pretty much. No behaves with walking, tense, concentration, counting. Under his breath. Also, stubbing his toe every now and then, but hadn't thought much of that. Always being a clumsy ass. Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. I just feel bad this being so messy. I will attempt to try to pull it together at one point. This is just getting the ideas down for the story. Rough plan. So, friend 1 attempts to convince friend 2 that they've been cursed. Friend 2 is somewhat skeptical, but generally likes to give all possibilities the benefit of the doubt. And listens to friend 1's explanations. Oh, Mooney, you and I need to have a brainstorming session sometime. That would be fun. That would be fun. We can explanations. Yes, that sounds fun. Here we are. Sorry if my model is looking weird. I'm peering down at the notes that I scribbled down before starting the stream. And as I mentioned, my handwriting is appalling. Okay. So, as friend 1 is explaining, friend 2 notices throughout that... Oh, not that. So what they noticed throughout was friend 1 is usually quite expressive, moves about a lot while talking. Did start off like that, but then pulled a pained expression and stood stock still, even pulling expressions, movements, etc. under rigid control. Okay. Excuse me. So I was trying to think of just a random reason why friend one might have had this curse put on him. And yeah, the solution that came to me, probably only because of the situation I'm currently in, so please try not to think too poorly of me for cursing someone over something like this. But, okay. Friend one's explanation. Okay. They were on the bus. The bus was very crowded. No free seats. A person who was plainly pregnant and an ant got on the bus. Friend one did not get up and offer their seat. Sorry. Now, friend one is cursed. So, pregnant person cursed you. Sorry, this is going to be so messy. No. No, there's an O in no. Not the pregnant person. The witch behind her. There was a witch behind the pregnant person. Sorry. How can you tell she's a witch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Monty Python, you have a lot to answer for. How do you tell she was a witch? Friend one is getting a bit defensive right about now. Oh dear. She was a witch. Trust me, you know witch when you see one. She had those eyes pulling weird expressions, etc. Doopy 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 doo. Where are we? Oh dear, oh dear, 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 dear. Hold on. I've got a little tiny note above here with an arrow that I can't quite read. Oh dear. Oh, here we are. So friend 2 wants to know why friend 1 didn't offer the seat. So we need friend 1 to give some kind of, you know, half-assed excuse. Being tired, or, you know, I just stubbed my toe and it hurts, sort of thing. That'll probably work. At this point I would be surprised if Blue decides to come out of the broom closet one day. Well, yeah. I did, as a teenage library, go through the almost, what's the term? Obligational, witchy sort of phase. It did last quite a while, and I never got too into it. It was always more just a sort of theoretical interest, as opposed to anything practical. Also, you know, helped with writing. Here we are. Okay, friend 1, sort of, what's the word? Descending into lamentation. That's the correct word, isn't it? Descending into lamentation. I think that works. You know, why oh why? Why me? Why me? Why'd you curse me? And I kind of like the idea of friend 2 just being sort of, I don't know, I'm kind of on the witch's side right now. Oh dear. And again, I like trying to pack as much personality into characters, even with the short stories. So with the friend one, you know, very sort of over the top sort of person. But friend two, I like the idea of being quite dry, but also, you know, no filter. Just every single thing on friend two's mind is something they say aloud. So we'll see how we do with that. Oh yes, so friend one complaining how the bus was packed. Bus was packed. Oh, sorry, I had to feed my sister's cat. He also likes getting pets while he eats. Oh, darling kitty. Oh, sweetheart. I miss my kitty so much. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hopefully soon I'll be able to see her more. No, I don't think any of the cats that I've had have liked being petted while eating. Definitely loving pets and eating, but never simultaneously. Okay, friend one complaining how the bus was packed. Why only they cursed. Friend two suggests maybe the witch cursed the whole bus. His name is Appa, by the way. Oh, glorious name for a kitty. He's very chill. Oh, lovely. Oh, what a lovely to have your own Appa to cuddle. The particularly fuzzy, like his namesake, fur falling off everywhere. Ah, dear. So friend two suggests maybe the witch cursed the whole bus. Friend one adamant that she did not. So I think friend one's just saying, you know, if she'd cursed the whole bus, it would be all over social media. Like everyone sort of connecting their toe stubbing problems to the same bus ride or something. Toe bus curse. He's a peachy white colour like Upper for sure. My sister jokes that he's getting fat, but he looks average to me. And one day he may grow large enough that you may ride him, and he may fly, and he shall look down upon the lands and be... Upper, please land. We're way too high. You're a cat. Why are you flying? I'm sorry. Oh dear. So... Friend one, no, convinced he's convinced friend two that he's alone in this tragedy. That's not how you spell tragedy. Back to lamenting. Why me? Friend two, you noticed that person's pregnant, didn't you? Yeah. And you didn't get up. Yeah. Well, maybe you're the only one who noticed. Friend one, very defensive again. Well, rest both of us. Should have been cursed for not noticing. Oh dear. I like the idea of, you know, friend one complaining about pain, etc. Friend two, to show their toe, you know, some too. Unimpressed by the baby bruises. Not even that bad. Number 1. I know! That makes it worse. Oh dear, yeah, my sister and my brother are still trying to teach him yip yip. Oh. Next time I'll take a pic of him, I'll share. Thank you. Always good for kitty cat pickies, for puppy dog pickies, for any beautiful, beautiful animal pickies. Flying cats do sound like great familiars. They do. Oh, the witch could be the bus driver. Oh, that could be fun. Or even better, the ticket controller. Maybe one of them. Yeah, I'll throw that. We'll definitely think about it when I pull it together properly. The witch. Bus driver. Ticket controller. Maybe. There's 2 witches. Maybe. They could be in it together. Excuse me, sorry. So, friend 1 thinks it's even worse that it doesn't actually do much damage. Because, you know, less to complain about, even more annoying. No one's taking him seriously. And, I kind of like the idea of just sort of descending into the Y27 steps. Counting to 27 for the rest of my life. Need this to stop. Turn to. We thought about breaking the curse. You know, I still not convinced any of this is real, but you know, willing to offer potential solutions. Friend 1 clearly hadn't even considered this as a possibility. Oh dear. One of them curses the main character, the other's just in on it. I'd say that too. Y27, one of them like 5, that's effing evil. This is evil. Okay, I'll just add down here possibility of 2 witches. One curses, one just enjoys. I suppose we could say, you know, that they're both in on it. Other one wouldn't stop laughing. Wouldn't be surprised if the whole bus service was run by a local coven or something. Okay, quoting Wikipedia, the first non-trivial decagonal number is 27. Ah. No, I don't know what that means. Me neither. But it sounds like it's a number of significance. I was just trying to pick something random. But wondering about the significance of 27. Maybe friends 2 can look it up on Wiki. Find out. First non-trivial decagonal number. It's 20. What does that even mean? I don't know. Oh, the whole bus service is run by hags, I swear. Hags! I really am going to have to pull this one together. This one's fun. Oh dear, I just have to check. You don't mind me sort of writing like this, do you? I know it would probably be more fun to try to write it and have it actually look good, but I don't know, for me personally, this is more fun. It's the pulling it together that takes the more finesse and more concentration and more time, but just sort of throwing down all the ideas and everything. I think it works well. Do you think it works for streaming? Is this entertaining? Are you not entertained? I mean, this is the sketch. Fair enough, yes. Oh dear, I suppose it is much easier to do on the fly as well. Okay, so this is all stuff to spread throughout. Consider, add, etc. Okay, so, but how? How does anyone break that curse? What am I supposed to do, etc.? Going into a spiel of long-sufferingness, etc. Honestly, just the brainstorming alone is fun. I suppose it is probably better for streams than trying to write stuff properly. I mean, I think the editing sort of works on streams. The planning and the editing seem to work on streams. I'm not sure actual writing, for me at least, will work anytime soon. I'm just too much of a perfectionist, I guess. I'd get so frustrated trying to get stuff sounding exactly right, and I think that's what wound up happening with the pitchfork story. I'm just trying to get it to sound right, and just nothing seeming to work in my head. That's why it was taking so long. There's only actually a small amount more to write of that. I really should try to get on top of it, shouldn't I? Okay, let's finish brainstorming this. Oh dear. Okay. Friend 2 already knows how to break it, if there's any way. It's 100% obvious. Friend 1 indignant demands answer, etc. It's time you're on the bus and someone pregnant gets on. Don't be a dick. Oh wait, not ellipsis. Till there. That's better. Oh dear. Sorry. Silly story. And I kind of like these just really weird conversation short stories, because that's what the that's the one I played around with for gaseous telepathy. What would that entail? Gaseous telekinesis. Another one I still need to pull together. Oh dear. A very silly story indeed. Save. Okay. Well, we will try to work on this at one point in the near future. And I think that's absolutely fine for a title. Don't know if it'll fit on a short story video though. May have to reconsider the title. Gaseous telekinesis. Yes, that was the first brainstorming stream that we did. The very first one. So it's quite a while ago now. But yes, the idea, we have telekinesis, but we can only affect matter in the gas state. And so figuring out, you know, I'm so sorry, it just makes me think of controlling farts. I don't think we actually wound up popping that down. We must have been being very, very controlled. But yes, the stream is definitely still up, and the first MacGuffins You Write reading stream was for that one. They're all up there. I have probably way too many playlists. I just like to try to keep things organized. I think there's 2 or 3 streams, only 2 or 3, but 2 or 3 streams that I haven't put in a playlist yet, so I'm probably just going to have to make a random playlist for streams that don't fit into any other category. That could count as bioterrorism. Oh yes. Oh dear. But yes, that's the story I was throwing together for that one, for the gaseous telekinesis, just ended on a very silly pun about paper pushing, because it was a job interview. But yeah, I think I managed to. I was a bit tidier with pulling that one together. I did it in almost a script form with dialogue and sort of stage directions. This just sort of, I think I'd meant to do that here, but then it just sort of descended into a slightly excited mess. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me, dearie me. Okay, where shall we go? Where shall we go? Let's jump over here. Oh dear. There we are. Oh, can I be a bit bigger? Just a little bit. Oh dear. Sorry, just shifting stuff around a little bit. Well, I think that's probably going to do it for today. I should probably, yes, go and liberate the mother and father library from the small one at one point soon. Maybe I should eat first. I should definitely drink first. I'm thirsty. This was fun. I'm glad it was fun. Oh dear. So, thoughts for next few streams. There's actually something I know we had planned to our next brainstorming stream to be sort of like if alcohol was actually made out of spirits, as in the dead sort of thing, and that still sounds like a wonderful brainstorming thing, but there's actually something I wouldn't mind doing first, if people wouldn't mind. It's more just brainstorming about talismans, because I think I'm going to need a bit of inspiration myself for this new hopefully standalone, not ridiculously long novel that I've been thinking about. And I need lots of ideas for different sort of talismans from different ages, what sort of powers they could give, and what personalities they might have. Talismans, huh? Okay. I'm sorry if that doesn't sound nearly as exciting. I suppose we can hold off and do that one later. But, well, talismans is what I'm calling them. They're just sort of magical objects, sort of. And I'm going to have to think of a lot of them for this story that I'm thinking about. I already know what the main one is going to be, and I'll keep quiet about that one. But there's going to be quite a few. Let me count. I mean, there'll be a whole lot referred to, but for ones that will be making prominent appearances, I'll probably need at least 6. And I kind of want the talismans to be able to have interesting sort of interactions just among each other as well, because they're all sentient. So, which language lesson incoming? Talismans attract, amulets repel. I just picked talismans as a random word at this point, and I'm probably not going to stick with it. But I didn't want to keep calling them magical objects. I can think of something else. Talismans was just, again, holding phrase, holding word. So yes, might do that next week, or maybe the week after. Possibly could just do another game next week, just to give Blue's brain a break. And I'm wondering whether I should start going a bit more consistently. You know, game one week, writing or reading related the next. Oh dear. I know I don't have to be consistent in any way with content like that, but I suppose particularly because it's only one stream a week. I don't know. I would, I'd like very much to be streaming more often, but again, I think I should try to stick to this, just, if for nothing else, for health's sake, just for now. Ooh, how about mystical artifacts? Maybe. Mystical is a very good word, as is artifacts. Good idea, to be honest, especially now. Indeed. So yes, should probably try to stick to my plan of just, one stream a week for the time being. And, yes, I had another idea for a stream. It was, I think I got a few others as well, but I thought of this one yesterday because I really, really want to start doing more to do with music. I know music's not exactly, in inverted commas, Blue's brand, But I am a singer, and I love music, and I would love to do more of it. I was even considering at one point, maybe if today's stream doesn't go for very long, I can just do a sneaky new stream at the end just for karaoke, but I'm not nearly set up. If over the weekend had been less busy, maybe I could have prepared that, but yes, do want to do karaoke at one point. But I also just want to make music and songs, and I'm in no position to sort of navigate copyright on songs for covers and stuff. I don't know how people do that, whether they just cover what they want and hope they're small enough that they won't sort of get found out, or even what the processes are to handle that. So that means I would have to do it myself, and Blue is no songwriter. No need to pull yourself thin, stream when you can. Thank you. I just, it is difficult to grow, especially when you're just streaming once a week. Also, I'd love a singing stream in general. You have a very nice singing voice. Thank you. And if I did do karaoke streams, they would have to be unarchived, because Blue has no rights when it comes to other people's music. But yes, they would be unarchived. I suppose that's why I was thinking it might be, better for Blue at least to maybe do karaoke streams as a second stream, just on the same day, and just do maybe a shorter gaming stream followed by an unarchived karaoke stream or something. I'll figure it out hopefully in the next few weeks. But yes, for all I am a writer, I'm terrible at writing lyrics. And I'm good with coming up with random melodies for songs, but I don't know how to do anything with them. Every time I try to look at a DAW, what is it, a digital audio workstation? Something like that. Every time I try to look into that and learn how to do that, I just get so overwhelmed that I nope out, generally within an hour or so. I do have relatives who are quite talented musicians, but they're so busy and I don't like to bother them with that sort of thing. So I just got to wondering vaguely yesterday whether I should take, fables and just take sort of ideas from them and not retell the fable in the lyrics, but just sort of the essence of it and just make lyrics out of it like that or something. And even more, I was listening to, what is it? Well, in Australia, it's the ABC radio, classic radio, so classical stuff. And they played The Lark by Vaughan Williams. And, within a minute, I'm just gushing tears because it's so beautiful. And I think I remember the last time I heard The Lark, it was on the same radio station probably a year or two ago, and I'm pretty sure it made me weep then as well. But just the melody of The Lark is so beautiful. But even better, as far as I'm aware, it's out of copyright. So I was wondering whether I should combine, ideas from the melody of The Lark with ideas from, I don't know, The Crane Wife or something. And that could be a fun stream to sort of pull The Crane Wife apart and try to turn it into some interesting lyrics, maybe. Oh, that could work. Hey, why not? You could be poetically vague about them and people might just get it from hearing the lyrics. Maybe. But anyway, I was wondering, particularly because I am a library, it might make sense to, if I'm doing original-ish songs, for them to be related to stories that already exist. I do actually have something that I wrote ages ago. Do you know the young adult series by Marie Lu, the Legend series? I sort of wrote, not about the series as such, but a sort of a folk song that could have been written by someone who exists in that series. And it even has its own tune. So I just have to find a more musically inclined relative to figure out the chords from the melody. And I could do something like that. And, I had ideas. It might be fun to do something like that with, books like Iron Widow and stuff. I've got a melody that could work for a sort of, Chinese legend-inspired modern day nightclub sort of song. That one might be a bit harder to pull together. Well, here's an example. Skin pale white, poisoned by a bite. Ooh, that's good. That's good stuff. Oh dear. But yes, I think I started feeling a bit overwhelmed, thinking if I started just trying to write lyrics, you know, written within worlds of other stories, I might feel a bit trapped in there, like I could only do that. I know that's silly, but I think starting with fables at least could work. And I could possibly come up with my own melody, but I kind of like the idea of going into classical songs and taking at least thoughts from them. And the lark is just so beautiful. And I thought, you know, the lark, the crane wife, that could work. Maybe not particularly imaginative on Blue's behalf, but could work. So maybe in a few weeks we could try a stream like that. That could be fun. I know I haven't done any actual short story editing writing streams for a while. I'm thinking it's because I have such a large pile now of half-written short stories that I'm feeling just a little bit, maybe I shouldn't go there just now until I pull all of these together and release their videos, and we'll see how we go with that. In any case, I should probably, finish up. Sorry, computer's doing weird things. There are my lyrics. My lyrics should go over here where I can see them. Oh, so I haven't done a typing stream for a while, have I? I need to actually get a good keyboard before I do that. Oh dear. Where's my cursor? I've lost my cursor. There it is. Ah, give me a second, sorry. There we go. Okay, thank you so much for being here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful reading, attempt at writing stream. We will be back next week doing something. Maybe another round of Stanley. Maybe we'll give another game a go. Maybe I'll decide to just jump in with more brainstorming of some sort. If we do brainstorming for MacGuffins You Write style one, I might give us a bit more time. Again, because it's just the one stream a week, it just makes the brainstorming and the MacGuffins You Write streams seem a lot closer together, maybe? I'm not sure. It's probably silly, but maybe 6 weeks might be a better thing to go for. Okay, Blue should go and eat and collect her small one. Thank you again, and wherever you are in the world, good night to you, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. And Blue hopes the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve. And Blue should drink some more water before attempting to sing. Oh, all her co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Blue decided to head to the meeting room. Perhaps she had missed a memo. Oh dear. It did seem I had a lot of random watch hours for the Stanley Parable stream well after we actually streamed. So a few people found us and had a look, so that's fun. I think it's the same for the Fable reading stream we did a couple of weeks ago. I think it's just a few days ago. A few people found the stream and they watched a lot of it. I got quite a few watch hours out of it. I don't think there were any subscriptions, sadly, so if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying our stuff, and if you do, please subscribe, because it's very useful to Blue. Oh, dearie me. Time to attempt singing. Oh, for the money that I had spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, Good night, and joy be to you all. Whoa, quick message. I think it's because it's easier to jump into a cute VTuber stream when it's a silly game. Fair enough. Maybe we should just do some more silly games. I know Blue is mainly a writing VTuber, but yes, it is taxing. And I suppose all the VTubers who are mainly musicians and singers, they don't musician and sing on every stream. They play a lot of games. I don't want to just play games, but I wouldn't just play games, so I think it's fine, isn't it? It's fine. Blue can play more games. It's okay. Blue's allowed. And until next time. Until next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.